Hello and welcome. Hey, we are thrilled to have you here. I will adjust my camera. Our channel is all about exploring and sharing experiences in intercultural communication. You can expect engaging conversations, fascinating insights, and a lot of fun as we dive into the unique way people from different cultures enjoy themselves and others, I guess. Today's subject es una Española en Nederlander ja Suomipoika flow. But before that, people, reveal yourself.
Hello.
I am Peter Cook here. Welcome.
Good night.
Muy bien, muy bien. Hey,
The Spanish
so
Inquisition is here.
the Spanish Inquisition is there. The Dutch not Inquisition, but another thing is there. And the Finnish not definitely Inquisition is here. What? That was great. Hey,
Well, some kind of.
I'm in position.
You are possessed, what? No.
No, I'm in position.
Oh, muy bien.
Possession, maybe too. Who
You're
knows?
in possession.
So basically, some kind of, hey, like they do, like we do. What happened in the last episode? The Spanish person was there, the Dutch guy was there, the Suomi guy was doing this. So, who wants to start?
Well, I've got a question.
Go ahead.
I'm on the other side. How is it going with your with the new Finnish invention coming on its way?
You mean the butt cheek recognition?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say things might be getting a bit hairy, like in certain ways. And I'm not sure how well people will receive this, but it's all about how you present it to the public. It's butt, it's cheek, and you get recognition. So I think it's gonna be like, yeah.
I think that Finland is getting there with the butt cheek thing.
Yeah, butt cheek.
Even people will not notice, little by little.
No, but think about it. You just go somewhere, you sit in some kind of little bit, switch your pants off. You sit on something, for example, then you just take it back. It's like as normal as it gets. What would be the fun? There's nothing weird about it. Why is it? Butt cheek recognition.
Everybody has a butt, so.
Yes. Yeah, more or less, I guess. Yeah. Pretty much.
More or less.
How was it? But not a course word. It's not a course word.
Yeah, it's not a course word. But one could say, like, there was I think somebody said, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And that's going to be the limit of my cursing with these kind of things. But that was like
it's a good selling, quote,
Yeah. Something like that. Sadly, it's just not mine, so I don't take any credit for it. I read it, Stephen King's book when he was, I think, or somewhere else. Okay, so butt cheek is going good, I think. I think I should start to get some royalties of all this stuff soon enough. But yeah, what was the chain? The chain. So dependency. Last time, the chain.
What was it for you, Mark?
The chain was for me.
What was it for you, Mark? Yes.
Yeah, just like interesting, but still a topic where we can talk more about. But on the other way, if you look through our videos, there is a chain too, but a positive chain. Yeah, but but like we talked about, the chain mostly is a negative thought thing, whatever. It's like when you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for me,
like
when you're dependent on something, no? That's
chain
stuff.
on the neck. Yeah.
And, yeah.
For me, it was like a chain. A chain itself, it's nothing. It's just a tool. No, that the main purpose is like to connect one thing to other. Now, for what do you use the chain? That is the thing. Like if you use it for manipulating, or if you are in a loss of freedom, for example. No, that this is the representation of the chain itself. And then also like so you can have like inner dependence, or out dependence out dependence from anything, like anything that comes from outside you, like can be the work or anything. Wait a second. ¿Qué no entiendes?
Yeah,
Wait a second.
Yeah. So basically, with the chain. I don't know. Do they chain? Or maybe not. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like we both thought about those, like chain reaction was something that we both thought pretty instantly about the chain business. I think. Like that.
Yeah. We said it both.
Yeah. And you had
and that's the positive part of a chain, I guess, because can also be negative. I don't know, but the chain reaction.
I get the impression, like an American movie, that it causes a chain reaction, or some kind of space movie. It causes a chain reaction, and then the whole galaxy will explode. Or something like. I think from chain reaction, I get like a negative thing. Well, not necessarily would have to be, but I guess it's just what one has associated it with, basically.
It's a bit like it's how do you use it? It's like if you use it in a positive sentence, then the chain is all good. It's all positive.
Yeah, keychain.
I can I think you can use the slaying chain. You can use for everything you want.
I guess so.
You can use it for the good, for the bad, for the fun, for the
and the ugly.
For fun and ugly.
Yeah.
So. But it's an interesting topic. But like today, when we're gonna talk about the flow, isn't flow? You can see a little bit like a chain is also a bit of flow.
Do you think so?
Yeah, chain reaction is also a movement.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
so,
but I would say, like, for me, it sounds like different. The flow is more like, it goes like this, and the reaction could be like pow, 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 pow. Man, I'm all about that, effects. Special effects and how
explosions and effect. Wow. It's can be. Don't know. So let's see what's all in the flow and what's all in the flow reaction.
Yeah, and one might have guessed by now that today's subject, it's already mentioned once, is flow. No. So let's see how it is. But yeah, that is what it is. And yeah, by all means, go ahead and check the last video. And there is like, how many we have done now by this? Or I think we have like, what is this, like 12 plus the shorts?
I don't know. I didn't count.
It's just like,
so
basically, I guess this is the 12th. We've been doing pretty much. We have done some of this already.
Sorry, guys. My kid was also. Yes.
Yeah. So,
hello.
I was saying, hello, welcome back. And now, yes, today's subject is flow. We already said, like, he was thinking that flow, the movement of the chain is also a movement. Then I said, like, Hollywood effects and stuff. But yes, so here we are, basically.
Muy bien.
Do you want to say anything about this before we go with the flow?
No, that
We go with the flow.
from external factors or manipulated by others. So it's like that chain. And then what Mark was making is like the reaction chain, no? When something is connecting and is influencing to each other.
Yeah.
A sequence of things happening, events.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your camera is not happening anything.
Yeah, now
My camera?
Spain.
Your camera is stuck.
Spain is
you
good?
are.
Anda.
Spain is.
I see myself good.
Spain is making magic, like wow.
I also feel like you are frozen in time.
What about now?
Yes, now I can see a head
Now?
moving. That's always good. That's always good.
Yeah.
I am here.
Movement.
Now. Okay, so shall we go then with the subject from today, the flow?
Yeah, we go. I guess that would be the stuff. The flow is the subject. Hey, so
let's see if we flow today.
Yeah, hopefully.
What kind of flow do you mean?
Right, well, this is the point. First of all, what is to flow?
Yeah, what is the flow? Who wants to start?
What is flow? Or
To stay in a finished subject, to go to the flow is also like going to a toilet. It's also a flow out of your body.
But it is what is related to flow. Flow is related to fluid, I guess.
Yeah, when things go evenly, like the flow. I think that first thing that comes to mind is funny enough is that things flow, they go good. There's like there's no resistance so much, or even if there is, if you can kind of go, you just go, and you don't have to push this, and it just flows. It goes good. That's how I.
Well, a fluid is just a state, no? A state of the matter, no? Can be in solid, fluid, or I don't know. So a fluid.
Yeah, I can hear you again, but you're frozen over again.
But not good.
Now your camera.
The sound comes totally. For some reason, the rest is not.
Okay, doesn't matter. Just listen to me then. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Muy bien.
Yes.
Okay, so the stuff is like I think like a fluid is like trying to conquer the space as much as it can, and like it's like it's telling like, for example, like it can occupy all the space, no? Let's put it like this. Tends to overcome the resistance, no? For example, water, if it it goes through the open walls, no? Or it goes, it's easy that it goes inside, no? Water penetrates, they say, no?
Yeah, and the interesting thing, if I sorry, go ahead. Yeah, that water, when it flows, I guess it has to go. It goes to low place, right? Because it won't basically flow up, in a sense, right? It has to go down, and then all the rivers flow to the sea, and the sea is humble because it gets and everything basically to it when it goes to a low place. No.
Yeah, for gravity.
Yeah, but water goes also up. How else does water come in the clouds?
Yeah, but when you talk about flow, then it doesn't, I guess, flow up. It does another thing to go up, but in a sense, when it flows very slow, and the sea, I guess, is the lowest place in that sense because all the rivers go to the sea, right? Something like this.
Yeah, that must be the lowest place because else all the land was under the water. So.
So in a way,
that's why
the sea is humble. Then, in a sense, it just is there and it's in the lowest of places, and it gets everything. That's kind of philosophical.
But it's not humble.
Depends.
It's not
how you look at it. Depends. Of course, on the other hand, if you think about it, it's like it's just there, and it can basically go through everything. You're given it enough time, it will erode through everything, and it's like kind of soft, and it can go through like hard places. So in that sense is what I mean, like in a way.
Like definitions without dictionaries or something, just like trying to open up, like if we will be kids, you know, what is a fluid, no? Something like, how would you describe what is a fluid without looking to a dictionary?
Water.
It's like water, but something that for example, to me, even if I know that a fluid can be static as well, but it's like that it has movement, no? You know, I don't
not
know
always.
why. No, I know that not always, but for me it's like it comes like if the fluid is static or it's not good. I don't know why, you know, but it has to move, you know, it has to flow.
Yeah, still.
Or that is okay in optimal conditions. I don't know why, but I have this sensation, no, always. For example, if you go to nature, do you get like you know, if you are like close to a river or a lake, it's different sensation. How do you know?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point, of course.
Or the sea.
Yeah, it is different.
The vibe is different, yes.
Yeah.
Because well, I guess the point is like the river makes the sound, or the river flows, and there is like the moving of the water creates this sound. Then of course you can have some waves on the lake, but the river is more like active place, right?
Yeah.
And the lake seems more like that it stays still even if it doesn't. No.
The lake doesn't flow, no?
Yeah.
The lake does flow. The lake flows, but it flows that big that you don't see it flow. And the smaller you go, the smaller, the faster it flows, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but the sensation that you have as an animal, let's put it like this, is that it doesn't flow. You know, it's like steady.
Yeah.
No. A small waterfall, what comes down from the mountains. That's the most beautiful thing. Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the most beautiful thing.
I don't know what do you prefer, for example, like if you will have to choose like from water for nature, what is more suitable for you?
I like the most when you're in the forest and then a hilly countryside and then in the forest and then you see the moss everywhere and trees and branches and then a real tiny waterfall comes through the moss zone and goes down. That's what I like the most. That's really Spanish, peaceful. A what?
Arroyo in Spanish.
It's
like a little arroyo.
Okay. Arroyo. No, in Dutch we don't even have a name for it. We just call it a little waterfall.
Okay.
Nice. But that's goes.
¿Cómo?
Yeah, but that's in Finnish.
Vesipulo.
Yeah. We are not flowing that as well. But yeah. So, what do you like most?
¿El qué?
What do you like the most then yourself? like from the water bodies of water, or like do you like the rivers, the sea, the ocean, the lake, the pond, the bathtub?
I prefer river.
Okay.
River, yeah, because I don't know why I feel like well, I mean, like the sea is fine and the lake is fine, but gives me a little bit of how do you say, like I don't know, like insecurity, or it makes me feel afraid sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I remember
Like, because
in Spain crossing a
it's
river
vast.
and it did go really well.
Of course, a river can be also really big, but
Yes.
in general, yeah, rivers used to have more, like, at least in Spain, like clear waters, and
Mhm.
you
Okay,
can,
yeah.
I don't know, it's
Yeah.
nice sound. Yes.
I think for me that would
And you,
depend what I do, because yeah, sorry, I was cutting.
what about you?
Yeah, I was waiting that you wanted to still say something. I think it depends what I'm doing, because like I don't really, the big sea thing, when you could have like whales and all that kind of stuff, submarines. To be in the
Submarine.
water,
Bing, bing.
well, dolphins are nice. Moving on. No, but I mean, like, for example, if you go in it, I don't like the idea that I would go to the sea and I would go much far from the. Um, I would swim far from the shore, for example, because that's makes me uneasy, because there's a lot of things under me that I have no idea what's going on in that sense.
Mm.
So that could be really interesting. For example, I think lakes then would be nicer for swimming and stuff. I have no problem when you go by the sea. If you hang out in the beach and you go a little bit swimming in the water, enjoy yourself, that's fine. And also the idea, I get pictures in my head in that sense when you're talking about that you have to, like you would have the forest and then you hear maybe the river, and you go to the river and it is there. So that's also like sounds. And I think it depends what you want, because with the river, that I like the idea also that, of course, there's movement on the other bodies of water and all that, but the river is clearly usually like flowing. And then when you go to this, I don't know what it's called actually, even when you have this, what is it, rapids, when the river goes like, like it seems like there's like fast and people go with the canoes and it's really kind of dangerous and stuff. That is really powerful somehow. That gives some sensations also. So I don't know what I would have.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the bloody day in that sense. That's another curse word already. I would leave that as the last one. So yeah, depends. What do you want to do? If you want to just chill out, then the beach is the stuff, maybe even better. And then like this.
Yeah. And you, Mark?
Like I said, I like the tiny water flow in the mountains and stuff, and between sea and yeah, I think it's all the same. It's like in this at sea, at the ocean and stuff. Yeah, you feel really tiny, and that's why I said the oceans or the sea is not humble, because it's really really mighty. When I was on the boat to the Great Barrier Reef, I couldn't see any land at all anymore. So I only seen water, and then the boat I was on was like this big. I'm like, okay, so. So it's really a mighty feeling. So yeah, but I'm with Pavi, I'm with Finland. I'm really like no, depends on what you want to do
Yeah.
with water.
And all of you, do you know how to swim, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
have
super
to.
good.
I'm
Do you
Dutch.
know anyone?
I'm
Yeah.
Dutch. We all have to learn to swim. We learn to swim really at a young age.
We have
yes,
here also.
Because actually your land can be underwater, of course.
We are a submarine country.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's true. I didn't think about it.
They call our place like the country of 1,000 lakes. I don't know actually how many ponds and lakes there are, but there is a lot of places to drown. So they teach kids since the first grades how to swim. Like you have a swimming school, it's mandatory to go there. So pretty much, I think.
Do they take it in the school to swim?
Yeah, it's in the school. You go to swim. I don't know, was it like with the sport classes, but I remember at least when I was a kid, that's also, of course, like 1,000 years ago, approximately. So basically meaning that now I should have had some kind of like, more like.
He's alive again.
That got really bad.
1,000 years.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, or more, no, well, give or take a few years, maybe it's 872, but I don't remember anymore. But yeah, they teach kids to swim. That's the stuff. At least when I was a kid, yeah, dude, this was the stuff.
Same here. And how it's like in Spain? Do you got to teach swimming, or can't you swim?
Well, it's not mandatory in the schools, I guess, or something. At least not when I was young. Well, I continue being young. I am not that old like Matusalem. But yes, I mean, like, for example, in my case, it was really fun. Now that I remember, I was like, I was actually in a swimming pool from some neighbor. And I have like this kind of like, it was like, I remember, it's like a belt with a thing like, it's like a porespan stuff, in the back, something like that, like poliestileno is something like that.
Yeah.
And then
clothes. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes. And then I was like, like trying to, because I was swimming basically like the dogs, and then I was trying like to swim like this.
That's push biking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you notice I made a new thing with that? The new
By the
thing
way,
when you very
to flow without talking.
No.
What is the movement? Hey, what is the movement of flow actually? It's
The
not
flow.
really like this, or more. It's more like this.
More like so.
Well, look
For
at
me,
this. He's making this. I'm making this, and then you were making this. But your video is sadly kind of like, I don't know why it's freezing.
Depends on the energy.
Okay. Hey, one thing about the push bike and the bicycle. I don't know if this works, but if you really like respect kind of Klingon Kapla thing, is like put your hands like this and then you do this. You start like, then you start doing this. I don't know. Does it work? Is it like too much?
Take some exercise.
Well, do that 20 times and you feel it.
Totally. I am trying to put here some stuff while you are at it, but
at it.
I am multitasking at the moment.
How about you?
And a woman.
Multitasking.
How about it when you are near to water? Because I think they have.
I can multitask.
They have made a research in Finland at some point that the Finnish people seem to be most happy when they are near water. Well, usually that's during the summer and the weather is not terrible, and then people are like a different nation compared to the winter. But
that's old people, Isn't it like 90% of all humans live near the water on the coast?
Yeah, in a sense, but I guess that was more like that when you literally, Helsinki is near coast, but I am not sold near water, but I think it meant in here more than when you buy the water, like you literally on your cabin and the water is like you can see it there in a sense.
Yeah.
But because it is, I think that was what it meant. But yeah, I'm sure most of people don't live inland, but in the coast, like you say.
Yeah, well,
but hey, how do you?
The thing is,
Yeah.
in Holland, you don't have to go walking for water because water is everywhere. So
Water everywhere.
yep.
Bloody hell. How do you feel near a body of water? Like, well, we were talking something, but is it like I just said that the Finns seem to be like that they are most happiest when they are by the water, and do you feel like relaxed, inspired, or what? And I remember I was somewhere in, I think in Greece, in Hania or somewhere. There was especially, I paid attention that the waves from the sea were coming, and it's kind of really relaxing sound. And it happened somewhere else, but that I remember well. So that was like relaxing sound, and then to think that we are all, we were like 70% of water, no?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically,
So I think
another funny thing that I don't know if there's any, how does it work? Is there like an effect because you're a water, 70% of water, you go near to the sea and it's like a lot of water. So I just wonder,
I think that
like
it's
this.
kind of, I don't know how you feel it, but when I go there, for example, when I go to the coast in Spain, especially in Spain,
Spain.
Hey, Spain.
España. Vale. Muy bien.
Spain. No, but I mean, like when I go there, what happened is like I feel like I am tuning. Actually, when you are like, well, it's really nice when you put your feet in the ground. I mean, like I really feel that I am discharging some kind of energy or whatever, or maybe I don't know, it's psychological, but it feels so nice to first to be in the sun, and then when you hear that sound of the water and the waves, because in Finland there is not much waves, I have to say.
Yeah, well, I haven't been hanging out here, but so much.
At least not in the places where I have been.
Yeah,
and then it feels like I don't know, it's like that your inner thing or whatever, your fluids or whatever, is like they enter into a balance, and then when you step out, you feel like this renovation, like you are clean, you know what I mean? Not only because you were in the water, but you feel like
it helps, yeah.
I would say like you flow.
I always
flow.
have the opposite. If I'm at the coast and there are a bit waves, a bit bigger waves, I feel myself to come in. Well, if I see the sea, I want to travel. I always feel like, hey, I want to go. Go. Yeah, like travel the world or something. That's the
And
thing.
you want to navigate, you mean?
Yeah, I want to go travel. So, but if I, for example, I lay on the beach, like for example in Spain, I've been there too. The sand is good in Spain, but I feel I can only take it a short amount of time, like an hour or something, and no, then I have to leave because I don't feel good. It makes me feel not at peace, more like that. And I want to go. I want to in the forest. There, I feel at peace.
Yeah. In the forest, I feel also the same, that I tune in there, but it's a different tuning in the forest.
Can be, but I don't tune at the coast of a beach. I've been on many beaches, but it's always the same. Only when the waves are really tiny and stuff, yeah, then it can be relaxing. But if the waves are a little bit too big, like in Spain mostly is, it doesn't give me peace. I don't know why, but it doesn't give me peace.
Fair enough.
Okay, that's nice to hear. You see, different people, different sensations, different everything.
Yeah, well, let's say if there is a storm, I don't think I will feel really relaxed either. But basically, I don't know.
Oh,
It's like if there's
with a storm, yes.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
cool.
like if it's stormy weathers, then I don't think it can be cool and all that. I don't think it's relaxing, sort of. Or it can be in some strange way. But what the hell?
When you lay in bed, yes.
By the way, I think that I was describing how I started to swim. That I was in the middle. That I have this polyethylene
Like
thing
a
in the
dog.
back.
Oh yeah.
Like push biking, but in the water. And then what happened to me is that I didn't realize, but the belt was out and I was already swimming. So I learned alone, basically, to swim.
Well, fair enough. I have similar.
Yeah, they throw babies in the water and they stay afloat too. So is that what you mean with swimming?
Yeah, yeah. I guess they can like dive and all that stuff in that sense.
No, but it's really true. They throw in newly born babies in the water and they swim. They stay out. They
come from the stomach thing and it's full of water and that I guess.
and they leave a big fart, like, and then they go bloop 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 bloop, and now we are a submarine.
Totally.
Yeah, I have some kind of like a memory of this, that I was in some kind of like archipelago stuff in the coast of Finland, like in some island, and they wanted to put me to swim. I was scared because it was like the sea is there, it's bloody cold. Then they had made for me like a safety vest out of jeans and some kind of like styrofoam inside. That was not really good. They were testing it with putting it around the rock. I was like I was like 5, 6, 4 or something. Then they were taking me by hands, trying to put me to the water. I was moving my legs like up, like I didn't want to touch it. I was like terrified somehow. And the water is not really like here. It's not like the Spanish that you can see next 5 meters. It's like, well, maybe in some places you can see what's there, but also many times, for example, in the lakes, it's muddy. Like maybe you put sand there rather than you really see it in such manner that is in like Spanish beaches and stuff like that. But yeah, they try to put
it's the same like the North Sea, beside Holland. You can't see anything.
No, it's not really pleasant in that sense. But yeah, they were putting me, and then they were lifting me on top of some kind of floating log that has, like things growing. It's totally slimy, and I'm like, freaking out. So that was not really good, like thing to get through. And then when you went to the cabin and there was a lake, like, okay, there's like 1-2 meters, you have sand that they have brought there with like a trucks and poured like a couple of tons of sand. And then it becomes muddy and your feet goes like this much on the bottom. You don't see what is there. Then it stones, it hurts, and it's like literally like you would be in some brown substance till your ankles, and it was not pleasant, man. So that has been like kind of, but I remember at some point how I relaxed when I was kind of partying hard. At some point, one thing, if there was obviously not much of lakes and stuff in the center of the city or something, but I put the shower running, and then comes the sound, this shh, and I think it's like white noise or stuff like this. That sound of flowing water like that was somehow really pleasant. If you had a headache, you felt like you had a hangover and felt bad, at least for me, that seemed to help.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. That's
for a hangover. I always took an English breakfast. It's the best thing ever. Well,
obviously, I fully agree. But this was maybe like, well, it's in a different situation. I think that would be at the point that you feel so bad that you cannot really feel like you don't want to move, so you can take that. So
yeah, a shower can be calming.
Yeah, and for me it was, well, of course, the water is nice. The touch of water is nice. I have really like weird relationship with water in general because it's basically like I'm kind of scared of the sea, like I said, the small boat in the middle of the sea, I don't really like the idea too much. Then when I was a kid, I was on this kind of inflatable small boat, again somewhere in the coast of Finland, and we were also going, and I was small. I was of course not like tall and stuff, so I couldn't really see much of earth, like land around me either. And that started to feel really anxious, and I was like, I'm in this big boat, and I have no small boat, and I have no idea what's under me and stuff. That was so partly this mean with the water is like it's scary at the same time. And I don't know, do anyone has this kind of feeling when you go to the coast and by the sea that you return home? Because if you consider true that we came from the sea, so is there some kind of sensation about returning home?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Actually, yes. Yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking that if you tune there, so that might feel that you come like, and you go for the coast, and when you get there, it's like some kind of like reaching some goal, So maybe that is something to do with this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe the Finnish and the Spanish are in the way past, came from the water, and maybe the Dutch came from somewhere else. Don't know where, but somewhere else.
Space.
But
Space.
oh yeah, we came from space. The Dutch came from space.
Yes.
And that's why we now live in the water, basically. The whole country is in water. And you guys live more like in the mountains and stuff like that. You guys live way higher up.
I have a game for you guys.
No.
A game.
Yes, let's see what it comes. I don't know. Just take a paper. Do you have a paper there?
No.
I can get some paper.
I can get paper.
Okay, go ahead. Get paper and pen.
Okay, just a moment.
Right. Yeah. You got it? Okay.
Hello.
I
Yes.
got it. Hello. I got some kind of paper here. And now, hey.
A blue pen or a red pen? Which one?
I have blue also.
Yeah, I've got two. But I use this one. And what do I do with the paper?
What do you do with
Tell
the paper?
Come up. Tell me.
Tell me. Suomipoika appears in the other camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I asked you to let's see what comes. I don't know.
Okay.
So you are going to imagine like a mass of water, whatever you like, river, sea, ocean, I don't know, whatever you choose. And then you are going to imagine the first object that comes to your mind and write it down. Okay? So 1, 2, 3.
You mean the object of water or what?
No, I mean like you have to imagine that you are next to that water, and what comes to your head, the next thing, like what object or what do you see there? After the water, where do you fix your eyes on it, on the nature? I mean, just imagine it and it will come alone.
Yeah, well, I have something here. You want to see it?
Got it? No, wait, everybody.
I cannot draw that. I cannot draw that, but
No, you
I
don't
see.
have to draw. You don't have to draw. You have to only to write down a word.
I was drawing. Obviously.
No, you don't have to. Only with a word. This, what is this? What you see? Okay. Do you have it?
I have a drawing. Can I please show me?
Okay.
Oh God! Now we get a drawing, a submarine.
Go.
Oh, can you see what it is?
No.
No, not really.
It's an
there.
octopus. No.
What's that
No.
from fishing?
Now
What
light,
is that?
no.
The light is
It's a
not so.
It's a fish. It
Ah.
comes out of the water, you know.
It's a what?
Fish. It's a fish that is
It's a fish. Okay.
in the water, you know.
So where were you? In a lake?
Huh?
Where were you? In a lake
I'm
or
actually-
where?
More like a lake, yeah. A pond,
Yes,
lake,
okay.
something like this.
Why-
But somehow it was like a fish. I actually got a tarot card thing moment also there with the card that you showed me today for some reason.
Aha.
The
Page of cups.
page of cups. There's the fish looking. This is kind of the fish looking from the pond.
Okay.
That's I
So
don't know.
what
Is
about you?
that weird? Is that weird? Yeah.
No, I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
What about you, Mark?
No, I still keep with the thing I always say all the time, like the tiny mouse and then the tiny stuff water what comes through it.
Okay,
And
so imagine
then
now, imagine that
So
you are next
I
to that.
imagine the mouse, you know,
So you see only the mouse. Okay.
with
Okay.
water flowing through it.
Okay. Interesting. And now, well, mine it was that I see I was in a river, but I see a cave. You know, what comes to me is a cave, and also like some kind of like plants hanging from the cave, from the entrance. You know.
Okay.
And this is funny because I guess, like, I don't know, do you have this kind of landscape in Holland?
No,
What you are describing, Mark?
no.
No? Okay. But you are relating to a living thing. That is the mouse, it's a plant, right?
Yes, yes.
There's me too, kind of, because I am like with the plant in the cave that came to me. Like it was a hole, but like plant. And what about you? The Suomipoika was making a fish. So
Yes,
also
so,
a living thing.
Yeah, that's
So
actually pretty
that's funny.
interesting. Because if you think
Yes.
that if it's true that all life has begun on the sea, in the sea, and crawled the bloody sorry again, it crawled out of it or something like this. So
Not all life. Not the
I have to
Dutch.
try this out.
oh yeah, you came from space obviously. So
Mm.
except from the Dutch.
Like that.
And there is actually something with the blood type that you have. Are you Anunnaki or what? Or are you from space or not? There's something to do with that too. I don't know what that has.
Yeah. The Anunnaki. Let's don't
Anunnaki.
speak about it. I'm not allowed to tell all the secrets. So
I
Okay, that's
understand.
it.
Yes, we leave it to another thing. Maybe we can then discuss about it.
yeah, first 1,000 people should ask, then I will open up about it.
Fair enough. That's a goal. That's a goal. That's basically a good
Yeah.
goal, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
By the way, we hit the 400 views. 400, I don't know,
Yeah.
26.
Whee!
Thank you for the ones.
Thank you, everyone. Hey, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What can I say? So basically,
Anyway, we have some subscribers more. We have 18. We just started 1 month ago. Maybe you want to subscribe also.
yeah, by all
Yeah.
means, do that. And that's
That will
good.
help us to grow. But
I basically will just
so
say
I was proposing, like the people, like for example, you can make the experience or experiment that we have done to imagine where you want next to whatever water that you like river, sea, or whatever, and then what comes the first, and then analyze why or why not. I don't know. I like to make this kind of stuff, But it was fun that I find a link. I find a chain there, between of us, that we have like a living thing there. So it's like a kind of flow also.
Yeah.
And the chain together.
Well, the
Okay.
yeah.
Moving on.
How about like symbolism of water in the mythologies? I guess there is. I don't know. First thing that comes to mind is the Odysseus thing, which I don't really know. Seen a movie, and that's pretty much it. I didn't ever read books, but I guess
what, for example, in Disney movies, no, that you see, what was,
for example, in cultures and everything that somehow, yeah.
Or Neptuno, like the king of the Roman mythology, no?
Yeah, and the other thing is that the sea has sea not been the great unknown, it still is, and on the other hand, it's also like it's like was the final frontier at some point, basically. And I think still they have like you can lose a ship and they don't find it, and that's like how big is the whole place and all that is kind of crazy, I guess.
It's really big.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult to understand, at least for me, how if you can have sailing boats that they are just floating there, but you cannot find them. That's somehow really crazy. I don't know why it seems really crazy.
Yeah.
And then
and Suomipoika. Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I wanted to point that you were mentioning before that we are made like 60-70% of our bodies made out of water.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, this is outside and inside the cells. Yes, and then it's like this water is participating in vital functions of us. I don't know. Yes, that how do you think that it affects, for example, to our emotional part, or how in what way is this connected?
Well, before we went online, we also we also had a little talk, and at that moment it came in my head, and that it's a little bit emotional for me, that the thought that I have been dinosaur pee once before, it's a little bit emotional for me. It's like because water never goes away, so yeah, that's for me emotional.
Yeah, that is actually kind of interesting because nothing gets destroyed, I guess, and water is just becomes a different like a form if it's like
Water comes from space.
Anyway, so
we don't know, but what is clear is everything that there is, it will be, no? Like they say, like the material doesn't create or destroy, only transform. So meaning, like, it was a good point that Mark was making, like, yeah, maybe like the water that compounds us has been also like the water that were compounding the dinosaurs.
yeah, and this
no?
I was thinking the same lines of the things that it doesn't really. It's like it doesn't really disappear, and it just changes form, right? That it's like a what is this mist? It's in the nubes, in the clouds,
Gas,
close gas. So basically, so that's kind of interesting. And then, by the way, now just one thing. I have a question. What is like if related some kind of myth or mythological stuff or like a legend thing to the water area in itself or the water itself? What is one thing what comes to your mind, Spanish?
Oof.
Or do you have?
I have one. I don't remember what was the name, but it was like this stuff that was like a kind of like elf inside the waters that when you see yourself, there is a reflection, and there is like if I have this story, I don't know in my memory, and then this can trap you and drag you in, and you drown. It's a little bit. Eh?
Mermaids?
No, but it's
No?
like in a lake actually. This story or this tale takes place in a lake, but I don't remember exactly where it's come from. But I have heard that is like a kind of like
what I was thinking
that
first
lives
for me.
in a lake, and then you can see at some point the reflection, and then the other person takes over or whatever entity is there, and then it puts you down.
I said water can be really scary, dude. I said it can be really scary. Look at this. I'm already worried.
I'm never going to swim in a lake again. I won't.
I saw the piranha.
You've done it. You've done it.
Mm-hmm. So I saw the piranha movies as a kid, and they were in the rivers, and they came like they ate the blood. The blood was there, and like I don't know. It was like the water is boiling. It was terrible. But hey, Bermudan Triangle. That's pretty cool. Pretty
that's an what is that? What is that? The Bermuda Triangle. What is there? What is there under the water? It isn't the Dutch. We are innocent.
You have nothing to do with this. Huh?
No, I'm out of it. I have nothing to do with it. We don't have submarines there or something.
Really?
I am asking to the brain. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as Steryl's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. It is roughly bounded by points Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The area has gained notoriety due to the number of aircraft and ships reportedly disappearing under mysterious circumstances.
They all disappeared. That was in some pictures.
Key points about the Bermuda Triangle. Location. The triangle covers an area of about 500,000 square miles in the Atlantic Ocean. Mystery and legend. Over the years, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the disappearances, ranging from natural phenomena like methane hydrates, and rock waves to more speculative ideas involving extraterrestrial activity and underwater cities. Rollo Atlántida.
Underwater cities?
Underwater city. Maybe we should move there to live.
Yeah. Better than here. Huh?
Yes. Scientific perspective. Many scientists and experts argue that the number of incidents in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher than in any other heavily traveled region in the world. They attribute the disappearance of human error, weather conditions, and other explainable factors. I don't know. Cultural impact. The Bermuda Triangle has become a popular subject in books, movies, and documentaries, contributing to its enduring mystic and fascination. While the Bermuda Triangle remains a topic of intrigue and speculation, there is no conclusive evidence to support the idea that it is more dangerous than other parts of the ocean. I have always one thing with these kind of things. People say things, and then other people say that nothing happened, but then shit happens, and then but nothing happened. This is like with the vaccines, like no, nothing happened, but no, it happens, but then nothing
happened. It's everything or nothing.
Exactly, everything and nothing. That, by the way, that will be our next chapter. But it's
again, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Nice.
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle, that can be there, I guess. So, but this guy, I guess there's a lot of myths. A lot of myths and water and sea, I guess.
Can
Was
be
it
so.
not was it not thought also at some point, like some not so distant path, that if you go far enough, you're gonna fall off the edge of the world? No.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. We live on a flat world.
At least that has been something. So basically,
everything can be. Well, we see you here. So you have to hide. Okay. There she goes. Go, 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 go. No hay nada. Tienes que ponerte
So
ahí.
do you have any other things that you think about, like some kind of mythological stuff, or like the water itself?
How do they call the siren or something? A lot of people who went over the seas talked about it somewhere, and then they heard like women sing or something, and then they sailed to there, and then they crashed on the rocks or something. What was it? The siren or something?
I think this
the
is
mermaids.
the starting. Basically, sirens. I think I'm not sure what the same thing, because I think this is the Odysseus thing. Like, what is this whole thing called? I'm not sure. I have to tell my ignorance. But I think they were like they were luring them. Maybe it starts from there. I'm not sure. Basically,
I don't know too.
But what is clear is like the water is like connected to the subconscious. It's like this part inside of us that is that is inside, that makes us flow in a determined way, and that we don't know much about it. You know what I mean? Also, so it's like this inner part, or water is related to, in this mystical way, the element of water is related to that part of us that we don't know, and that also is related
but
to.
they do know. Yeah,
Yes.
they do know that vibrations, what we talked about the other day, vibrations create figures, or can move water, or can even control water and stuff like that, and that's vibrations, and that's
Yes.
maybe it's like if you have the right vibrations in your surroundings, then that goes through you, because it goes through your water, and that
So there is,
makes that makes your thoughts go, that makes your heart flow, that makes everything. So, and that's one of many things, of course, but in this way it's the waterway. If you talk with positive vibes and vibrations, then you hear like then you get positive vibration through your body. And if you have negative vibrations, you same thing, but the other way around, practically. So I guess water is a really important thing.
Yeah, well, and
So
even like fact basically about this, that that you have to drink it. You have to be hydrated. You have to replenish your supply of water that comes out, because that leads to like pretty bad consequences if you don't, right?
yeah, funny thing, you can be without food for a really long time, but without water, not much.
No, actually, how long is this? Can you, how it is considered that how long you can be without? I think it's really like you really need to. It's like it's not many days. So how long it is?
one or two, I guess.
I think it was really.
One or two. Yeah, well,
How long can you be without water
a trained
or
person.
food? Rain, tell us. Let's see. The human body can survive for barely lengths of time without food and water, but it depends on several factors, including an individual's health, environment, and activity level. General rule: most people can survive without water for about 3 to 5 days. But the factors that intervene on this is high temperatures, physical activity, and overall health can shorten this time. dehydration can set in quickly, leading to severe health issues. And then without food, the body can survive without food for about 1 to 2 months, depending on fat and muscle reserves. Yes, because when you don't take it, then you start to consume, to basically to eat yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I can live for a year without food.
Me too, by
Nowadays,
the
I
way.
don't think I have too much reserves for some reason, but yeah.
I got some reserves lately in the years, especially after having my
Yeah,
kid.
I have like a
But it's
camel,
good.
you know, I have one big bump.
Well,
And hey,
whatever.
and then there is the fact that I guess it was like the water seemed to have a memory. It carries information, right? That's pretty cool thing.
And that
No?
was like what we were talking the other day with Mark, that there was like this
Yeah.
documental that shows like the crystals in the waters and so on. That
Mm.
no, that was like something
Yeah,
I didn't hear much of. I heard it some, but I was kind of so much offline that I didn't hear
yeah.
that much.
It's true. And the stuff is like what Mark was telling before is like what we were looking the other day is like the sound. No, what did there? Yes, the sound behaves like it's like a wave, and that can be transmit. It was like it needs a medio to transmit through, and the fluid is one medio where it transmit, so it can yeah, expand or move through that. Otherwise, the sound doesn't move. It needs something to be transmitted.
yeah, because our bodies can also, like, if they take a little tiny bit of our body, it can store like 1,000 computers or something, or you know, like on data. Or the data can flow really quickly, and data is vibrations too. So, and that's the thing. It's like it's not only that we are talking, it's not only that we are thinking. There is also a lot of vibrations coming through us, who who does the thinking for us. Let's say it like that.
And
Well, the
the stuff is
interesting.
yes.
No, go ahead.
No, go. You go,
Oh, you please.
madam.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Now I'm pretending that I'm frozen.
it stinks. Yeah, it stinks.
But hey, the
Wait.
interest is that what I think I heard, what maybe it was the last time, whatever, if I may find it, past thing, please, is that basically if the water can store memories or like information, then we are 70% of water. What information does it store? Does it like from the outside, from the inside? Then when you are near to the sea and it has stored kind of a lot of information, right? Are you gonna like kind of like, how about your tuning with the sea? Do you
I think
dip in
that would make sense because I think
water?
that it's you get like I don't know how I think about it. Just what comes to my head, what you are saying is like I am this media where it transmit the vibrations, no, and then it accumulates on me, on my cells or whatever, and it vibrates in one way. But when I go to another, bigger mass of water than me, maybe that influenced me to, like to put me in the optimal point with this to clean it up. This is how I
Okay.
don't know, this is how I picture the thing. Now
Yeah,
that you
but the interesting stuff is like also like when you have water, and you put it to another water, it just becomes the same water. You know what I mean? And how about the information stuff in that sense? Like if you have a glass of water, you pour more. Well, I have a glass of water, but yeah, hey, have you noticed? I am streaming from inside. I am not outside. My
Yes.
water is not frozen.
No.
Maybe it has memory, but it's not frozen. I don't know about the crystals and all that stuff. But I'm inside. Okay. But yeah, the point is like, okay, in a sense, where does one water water all the same? And then you start thinking about the whole universal business, if everything is the same, or what is that? Because how do you differentiate water? You put it to one place and it just becomes like one. Okay, you have the atoms and particles or whatever you have it, but do you see what I mean? That it just becomes like one that
Yeah.
goes then, and then what happens to the information? Does it like is it like the part of water in the water? Because it seems to be, it's difficult to say when like water thing starts and another water thing, that it's the same. So where is the information stored in that sense? So like is this part of water having
floats
some
away.
information, or is it somehow that it's everywhere, all the information at the same time, for example? I don't know if I'm going totally nuts with this now. Does it make it? I don't know if I make any sense. I just
Depends on how you look at it. If you talk like information about yourself, it stays in your body. You know that. But if you die, for example, then your water flows back to the earth, and your water goes back to a water system what goes around the whole globe. So that information of you personally goes spread out, and that disappears, I guess. They don't know yet.
that's, but now that if you say that, because there is this stuff that you if you die and your like the being goes to the back to the source or the universe, and it becomes one with everything, that the way you have been is kind of becomes one of that, but it disappears. It's no longer the same, but it doesn't go away. And then on the other hand, no energy kind of disappears. So basically our electric energy and everything that we have ever done cannot really disappear either. So but what he just said about the water is that, like that you, when you die and then your water go, and then it's like you're part of the big. So, and this is why I'm thinking, like, is it so that then all the water that exists shares all the memory? Does it have to be in contact, or is it somehow like, maybe this
What
is
memory should it have?
I don't know. I could not answer. There are theories that, well, in the elementary things, that the things are entangled, like particles are entangled. So, and particles are parts of the material. It doesn't matter if it's like water or whatever, because like atoms comes together and make molecules, and molecules, like more structures, and in the end, everything is interconnected, I think. The only thing is that we don't know how, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just the water not being much of a scientist and being more like just wondering at all about things, and especially when more and more when one gets more age. It's like the whole idea of the water, that it is like basically like that it's like it's parts, but it's one, and and that seems to be like some kind of
Water is
fundamental.
just water is water, and we are created from water, and we flow back to water again. And it's only a brief moment, but like a dinosaur is also created from water, and a wheel, it's also created from water, and a tree also. It's like everything. Except for rocks and stuff, because rocks are formed with other materials. So, and
Just wondering,
I guess it's the balance between the two, because they found a lot of water in space. So,
yeah, and I'm also thinking that is this related somehow to this fact that that somebody considers that when you die your soul goes back to the universe? That maybe is it because of the water, that because we are water and then the water goes, like that's like a deeper philosophical thing going on there, that maybe this is invented of this somehow.
Well,
I was asking
why
exactly
should it
this.
be invented?
No, I mean, like maybe it's derived from this that they consider that your soul goes to the source or universe or whatever you want to think about it, and maybe it's derived from the water, that the water goes together and doesn't disappear, and it's somehow linked to that, and that has created somehow this philosophy or
The
idea of
life,
that soul is eternal.
the life, exactly how do we understand what is life? Because in the end, it's a concept, it doesn't stop to be a concept for us, what we call life. Maybe it's not like, I don't know, because like the definitions is something that we, the humans, have made this up, So the water is essential for all the living creatures. So you cannot think about life if there's no water. No, I think that is like really entangled.
We cannot, but it is possible.
Yeah. But how do we understand life is like really linked to water, actually.
Yeah, I guess
because we are
life.
water beings.
Yeah, because like all the
It's a
chemical
water,
reactions
yeah,
and everything.
it's a water world. That's a water planet in the end, also, in a sense. I guess.
Yeah, we've got more water than land, so.
Yeah, and then the female carry the water in them for all intents and purposes, right? Because there is where the rays come and all that. You have the sea inside you, woman. That's kind of crazy stuff, no?
Yeah.
And then like that, people like to go to the baths and they want to soak in the water. You have swimming pools. We bring the water with us. We are water, and we bring the water everywhere we go, right? You have to make a swimming pool. You have to somehow, you want to be floating on the water, like maybe we came from there a couple of billions years ago in the end, and except the Dutch who came from space. Oh yeah. So basically, but you want to carry the water everywhere. You carry the sea everywhere.
I'm a spaceman.
Oh, that's the song. Space man, always wanted to go in the space man. That's like 90s something. Babylon Zoo was the band, actually. Fair enough. But yeah, that's the interesting stuff that you carry. Yeah, you want to soak in the water. You want to be in the water. And you make new life. When you make new life, it's gonna be made inside you. In the water that you carry. So how that comes about, that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I used to always question myself, how is that possible that a baby doesn't drown inside all that water in the belly of a mom,
And
I
then
used
of course
to always ask. Now I know, but I discovered
and why it doesn't die, no? Obviously.
they are connected by a live wire.
Yeah.
They're hardwired. No. Yeah.
Oh, they are chained.
Yeah. So it's not really like a Wi-Fi kind of thing. Yeah. What can I say? No, it's not wireless. It's exactly, you need a cord. And then it works much better. Like they say that if you want to stream, you should use a cord like this, and then you can stream. Basically.
Same like getting babies. It's all the same,
Yeah, it's all with the flow and the water and stuff, and the basically
first you do that and then it goes,
Yeah, it starts flowing. And then of course the staying hydrated business itself, like we discussed, that how was it 3 to 5 days without water, and then you're gone if you don't find water somewhere.
Hey, but another question, it's like you can go 3 to 5 days without water. Okay, that's quite a time. But how long can you live without beer? It's another question,
Yeah.
Without beer.
Well, I have heard, since you are from space, that that's less than with water. I don't know if it's,
Yeah, it's space. In space, you
think
need
so.
a lot of beer. So
that's it for Dutch space people. They're just gonna be like beer right there. I don't know.
well, how's the saying? You got the whole world, and then you got the Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's something different.
You're somewhere in the middle, I guess.
That's why we always keep ourselves in the middle, so that we don't nobody notice us. You know. It's also
Yeah.
like the Dutch. You know, Holland is a really tiny country, but it doesn't matter where you travel in the world, you will always meet the Dutch guy or the Dutch girl, woman.
Yeah, that at least based on what you have told, that seems to be the case, which is kind of, I don't know what to think about it. The Spain is back. Now you're moving in. So yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of about water.
I thought that like, yes. What was the last thing that you were telling? Sorry.
Well,
That
we
I was.
about beer actually at this
Do you
point.
hear me?
That for the Dutch space people, it's like basically without water maybe 3 to 5 days, but beer is maximum 3, I think, and then they start to like, I don't know what happens to them. Maybe Mark can tell.
You mean
But
the
beer-
alcoholics or what?
Nah, we can go without for 3 hours or so.
No need. No problem.
Well, just joking.
Yeah. So that's the stuff. Do we have any huggers there? People who are watching
Yeah, I
the live,
cannot see too.
like basically. Why did I do like this? Spain, are
Do
you
you have?
with us?
Do you hear me good? Because I hear you like
I hear you good.
the
but your
connection is not
picture
so good.
Yeah, your picture is frozen, but I can hear you pretty good though. So I just was wondering if there was someone.
No, I am.
There is someone watching.
Better now?
The sound, no, the video is frozen. You are smiling,
Yeah.
and that's, but other than that, there is nothing. This looks little
Now
bit
maybe
big.
Spain has to sit outside.
Okay.
No, we cannot let Spain sit outside. This is reserved for Finland.
No. Okay. By the way, yes.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I want to tell every follower that if they want to support us, they can do it. So,
Yes.
but how?
How can they do it? I know. Can I say?
How?
Me.
How they can do this?
Look, you tell.
I don't know how.
Hey,
Eh?
do we have like a thing that we put on the thing that you can take with your phone? It's like called not
They
code,
can
but
search for us in Buy Me a Coffee, because I cannot. I don't know how. Now I cannot share the stuff in the screen. I don't know why, but I had it already. But I don't know what happened. That your boss has locked your screen.
Johan nyt. Yeah, so but basically Buy Me a Coffee and then / the channel stuff would be the thing to do, basically. If you want to support the channel, and maybe we can get, I don't know, better, God knows what, things.
Everything.
Like
Better water.
Camera, beer, coffee. Did I say beer? Yes.
Wow.
So maybe that's. So if you like what you see, check out the other videos as well, and all that. So
Yeah.
then
We have 12 now.
Yeah, if you don't have like any better things to do with your money, you can give it to us. We will figure something out. That's the stuff. basically.
I'm back. I don't know why.
Johnny, again.
I was not able to share the share screen. Share screen. Things should be this, no? Share screen. But no. Window.
No, Johannes. Damn.
Entire screen. No. I don't know why. I cannot. My files. No. A ver. No, nothing. So I cannot share anything. I don't know why.
No, buy me a coffee and find the channel there. Like we can, maybe we can share it later. Then we can share it later. Then and basically, I guess would be if there is someone watching, you can share your stories, give some comments, and basically, I don't know. Is there anyone out there? Hello.
Will I do it? Can I do it like this? Listen.
I don't know.
Hello.
So if you have some kind of experiences, people leave comments afterwards or now about flow and how it relates to your anything, creativity, intuition, and emotions. So basically, leave us some kind of comment, story, or whatever about this later. Now we can check up on it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So if there is nobody,
I am still trying to solve this because we are learning at the same time. You know, we are doing this. We are people that we want to know how to make things as well. So let's see.
Hey, can you do this? Like, can you do it like this way?
No.
You cannot do. Yes. Indeed, it is this learning experience. Like that's supposed to make it fun also, I guess.
Learning is always good, not always fun, but it is good.
Always good, I guess, but not always fun. I would agree with that. But yeah, if anyone has stories, feel free to share with us and make some comments about the flow. And other than that, about what we have said, maybe again, we are here, like you said, learning. So there is people probably that know about things more than us. So feel free to educate us.
We want to be educated.
And we can explore in that sense the whole thing together then and get back to this. And we see like when, I guess with the everything and nothing, we're going to get back to this and go through a little bit what we experience here. So
I think so also a good idea.
Hola?
I think also a good idea because tonight is a little bit technical problem night with Spain.
Yes.
Finland is,
now it's okay?
Hey, Finland stole the internet of Spain.
Yes.
Yes.
Something like that.
I don't want.
That's what happens sometimes when you don't want people to freeze.
Yes, sometimes you steal people's internet from them. From another country, you steal internet. That's it. Exactly. No internet, you internet, they no internet. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
you know internet, me no internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where are you guys now?
Hey.
At what point?
Basically.
Oh. Yes.
Just go ahead. Sorry, I am just taking some.
So yeah, I guess that we are in the moving on area. That is like how. Well, we were talking about like water and the inner self as well, and now I will put. I will put like I will say like water. If you think about it, it's like conquering a space, no? Like we were talking, and what you can relate to this that we, to our psyche, no? What we can do. It's like I think that you can relate this to creativity, because the creativity is the only or the function or the thing that allows us to conquer everything. You know what I mean? So you generate an idea,
but
that is in the ether. actually, because it's not. Yes.
If a sun explodes, yeah, it's destruction. But there's no water in it, but it creates new life and new planets and stuff like that. So I think water is not only creation. I think water is creation in our human world, you know, this world, planet Earth and stuff. But if you look to space, then water is not creation. It can be, you know, it can be, but we didn't discover that yet. Yeah, but it can be. But there's more to it, I guess.
Mhm.
But water is, I think, water is the carrier of a lot of things. It's like yeah, it can carry everything away. Like you said the other day, like with sounds and stuff, it goes way faster to water. It can carry memories. It can carry feelings, emotions. It can carry weights like boats or something. You know, it can do everything. It is a wonder middle. No, that's what I think. Yes,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I always question myself. Uh, where or when gets water be made? It must be made somewhere, you know. But where? What does make water? You know, is it the sun that explodes that creates water, or is there somewhere a god with a tap, you know, and turns on the water crane or something like let it
Uh,
flow? You know, I don't know. I
Well,
really don't know.
the water is like basically uh, H2O, no? So two
Yes,
molecules
yes,
of
yes.
one of oxygen. So no,
Yeah, yeah. Hates to O. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just a combination. It's a chain.
Yeah, but who creates that chain?
It's an affinity. No, it's like I want to be your friend. I have affinity with you, and I always choose the same friends. You know that it's good with me. So I don't know. I put it really simple. So and
That's really simple. Yes.
it's stable, no? Is that they tend to be stable, like this kind of
Yeah.
change. Let's put like this.
Okay. Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
the less energy, and like it comes easy to to become friends. Like let's put like this, like the atoms that compose them.
They're having.
because friends. That's really cute way to put it. Not
Concentration
like.
without the force.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No?
They are friends.
Concentration without the force.
Best
They
friends
don't
for
have
life.
to make. Yeah, they don't have to make a lot of efforts to come together. It comes naturally alone.
Mhm.
So it's like
That's simple.
the perfect match.
Yeah, it is the perfect match because if for example planet Earth should explode, the water isn't destroyed. Everything is destroyed, but water isn't destroyed.
Yeah. Well, if you consider that no energy is not, it just changes form, so nothing is destroyed in that sense. I guess depends how you look at it in the end.
Mm.
So where we at? What we do? Do you want to
No,
continue?
but moving
That's kind.
on to because I wanted to put it um like in the psych if we were with the flow, no?
Yeah.
Because flow, the only way that we can flow, our mind can flow, let's see, or
Mhm.
is
Yes.
to use is we have a tool, for doing this, and it's creativity. So with creativity, what we do, the water, what it does when it goes to uh, an object that has an aperture, it flows through the aperture, no? It
Hmm.
penetrates. But what we do to penetrate these walls I think that we are using like creativity to figure out, the comprehension of what we see. So we can put the things out of there before having here, and then figure them out. I don't know how to. It's like
Imagination.
yeah, and the imagination is the imagination and the creativity is like the key for the flow. The key for the flow, that whatever thing that happened to you doesn't represent an obstacle, but you can come like the water, through it.
Yes.
If you think about
Okay.
it, for example, when we go to sleep, no, when we dream, what we do exactly? What we do?
I guess it's a window to subconscious, right? In that sense.
Yes, and conscience is also linked to water, no? For many mystics,
Yes, I guess
It's,
so.
Well, Spain falls away.
And what happened? The boundaries goes freely, there in when we are dreaming. I am sure that you have experience like you are in a place and you appear in something totally different, in some place totally different, and like what, like that you will never think about this when you are awake, no? And that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like kind of
Combine.
your brain is or your imagination or is driving you to see further than there is, and it's giving you a clue that you can do this also in the real when you are conscious, no? And not sleeping.
Yeah, because there is also like in there is no time. Time doesn't exist. It's a human invention in the end. But in there you like it everything kind of exists, and you can time travel when you sleep, right? Basically, because you can take this thing from that part of time, this thing from there, and you combine and that and in ways that you're not always possible to do when you're awake, and maybe you cannot even think about it like when you are in a wake state.
And now that I think about, also like when we are sick or when we are with stress or anything, the first thing that is going to be attacked is your sleep, because that imagination is like working like boom 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 boom, super super fast then. And it's putting you maybe a stuff that like
It's just
more
kind of
stuff that
strange.
you need.
Yes, yes. Do you mean like if you're stressed out, that then you start thinking about it and you are creating things in your head that then you cannot sleep because you create so much? Or
Yes, or maybe you start to have nightmares, and this is because like creativity is using like maybe like different scenarios, future scenarios. Yeah,
but
it's using like different scenarios.
Question is, what does that serve? Why?
To figure out a solution, I guess, for survival, actually.
But are you gonna go then like overdrive? Yeah, because if you don't sleep, yeah, but think about it. It's contradiction in a sense that if you don't sleep, you're going to die, or you are not gonna do well when you don't sleep. So that you create this, and it's supposed to create a solution. Maybe you go on overdrive then, or something like this. You know what I mean? So okay. But well, why do we dream in the end? And that's kind of interesting compared to this.
I think that when we dream, we reset. We also kind of like tune,
Yeah, isn't it the memories of what's in the water goes, if you sleep, goes through the filter of your brain to clean it again.
I liked it. I somehow like what Mark just said, like the memories in the water goes through. That was I don't know. That's some deep, dude. Really.
Deep.
Like this is like the memories of the water. Oh, that was something. There is something to this. Maybe everything and nothing, but something to this actually. How about the whole water thing and sleeping and the memories of the water, which is your body 60-70%, and then about the dreaming, how that could be somehow, I don't know.
I guess that creates the dreaming. Like you had an experience, let's say in a week, or maybe in a month ago, and it made an impression on you, even though that you didn't know it, but it made an impression on you, and that created a memory. Like in, let's say, if you have 100 water cells, in 10 water cells, and then yesterday something happened, and that creates from 5 water cells, and it goes on and on and on and on. And then if you sleep, all those 100 water cells come in your brain and create a situation in your dream that and create a situation in your mind, which is just the memory of the things you experience.
Is this like neuroscience?
Why not?
I mean, like, logical neuroscience. What is this? Because I cannot get. I am just totally with the memory.
This is an open eye of like we are adults thinking like kids in this moment. Like exactly. So then why not? Because don't we have right?
The best way in life is to think as a kid of 4 years old. Then you have wisdom.
Exactly. Then you have it all right.
Yeah, this is something that most of people have been educated away from, and then this is why they don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the 4-year-olds, I maybe even too much sometimes, or maybe
the only sound what is missing is that we after it we heard like so.
And how about the dreams influencing the creativity process and all that? How do you think that works? And
there is many people that have this. Many people, or I have here that they have this technique that they go to sleep. They think about something that they want to solve, and they say like, okay, now I go to sleep, and tomorrow when I wake up, the solution will be there. And then they go to sleep, and next day, eureka!
There is something was also like that. Basically, what you should do is like, I think it was this Dyer guy saying that you should think about things that went not the way you wanted, and before you go to sleep, you change the past to be in a way that you would have, that it would have been better for you, so that you create like a positive like a memory, and for something like this.
That is interesting, no? Like you change the bad ending story, no?
Now I actually suddenly lost everyone for a moment. I don't know what was that.
We hear you.
Okay, good. No, I just lost for a brief moment. I didn't have anyone's picture or any sound. But anyway, yeah. So that's something that you change the past before you go to sleep, and that is the stuff,
Well, the stuff is like if you create an image that give you a good emotion, that is going to stay there. So better even if it's a lie, but if we can, let's create better emotions than bad emotions, no?
But sometimes you cannot lie to yourself.
Well, but
you may not lie. Lying is always bad. The truth is always the best way to go. So you're lying to yourself is not good, because if you have a bad emotion and you go to sleep with a bad emotion, you maybe have a nightmare, but that nightmare changes your thinking, and that thinking creates a new way of life, so you can solve the bad emotion. So you may never lie to yourself, only maybe in real extreme stories, let's say it like that, when you have really like extreme unnatural, let's say like that, bad emotions because of some experiences. I guess everybody knows what I mean. And maybe then you should lie because that's too extreme. You cannot solve them. But
What
in the
about
other way,
what about when you have like like perceptions altered, meaning like there is like a range, for example, of pain that you can support. For example, if I step in your foot, the normal reaction is like you say, "Ow!" No. If you are used to receive pain, your range of pain is going to increase. No. So meaning like your perception is not well calibrated. You know what I mean? With your environment, because it's supposed to be that you will burn anyway, like all the humans, all the mortals. But for example, if in the case that someone is putting a fire next to you, but you have like developed tolerance about pain, for example. So. I mean, like I am putting you this example, like that many times can be that we are not tuned with the environment like we should be because of constant exposition to, to pains in general. And then why I wanted to tell you this is because like you were telling like it's bad to lie to yourself. In the case, for example, that one person I guess, like, for example, schizophrenics or bipolar, that they can see really stuff, that is not there, I guess, I don't know. Many times it's a question that I have made myself. What about if I start to put voluntary another image that I want to create, in order to dissipate the one that is making me feel bad?
There is one thing that, can I say something to this fast?
Yeah.
Oh,
so in that case, lying yourself is good because that will make your life easier. No, this is what I mean.
The one thing what I'm saying in the end, it depending how you look at it, because if you consider there is the universe or multiverse, whatever it is, everything has already happened. There's nothing new. Everything has, all possibilities have happened. So then the idea would be that you will take from the universe the action that you liked, basically. That you could explain in that way that they are not. You just create the memory and you make it better. And then also it's about your perception, that you think that somebody did something because of, you don't necessarily actually know why somebody did something. So then you could consider like, well, do you think they were doing this because they were mean? They just want to hurt me. Then you could think like, well, they were doing this because they were silly. They didn't understand, that they didn't know better. So that's already like, maybe you don't have to exactly even lie, but you can create it in a different manner, changing your perspective. Maybe that's another way.
Well, this is what we were talking the other day, by the way, about the perspective.
Yeah, but that's
things,
yeah.
no?
Yeah, but that's if you do it in that way you say, you can do that, yes, but you are walking away for the real truth.
No, but what is the real truth? That's the stuff.
The real truth is
it
the real truth.
What you perceived, or is it something else? Because like you say, like you can see someone, I don't know, drawing something on the wall, and then you have an idea, okay, this person was angry and they just draw the thing on the wall. Fair enough. So is that the truth? But maybe in reality it was an accident. If you just didn't see it from a vantage point. So for example, the person just fell over and threw the thing on the wall, and it was not angry. Maybe it was sad or happy, but this just happened. So this is what I'm thinking, like in that sense, in many cases, is that like, for example, you ask someone, like you could ask someone about your drawing one day, and if they are hungry, they say, no, it's terrible. But if they would not be hungry, they would say, hey, it's pretty nice. And then what is the reality? How is the drawing in that sense? That's somebody's opinion that could change also per day.
Yeah, but that is
or something.
Yeah, but that is because you the things you just said are like a lot of options, and depending on emotions and stuff like that. And what is the real truth? The real truth is like the middle line in it.
I have the answer to what is the real truth. Is everything and nothing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
That's it.
And this is the stuff, because really, like I was like telling before, I think that also we are defining things. We are telling the concept. Wait a second.
Yes. So everything and nothing came again from there. So basically, well, that's probably. I think that break there was more not everything and nothing. That's for pretty much everything, right?
You remember this, no? What do you see there?
Number 9.
Claro, but I see a 6.
Or sex. Sex.
Claro, yeah, but the stuff is like, depends how you look at this. You will see one thing or the other, and does it mean that is it a lie? No, both are correct. Depends on the angle of it, you know.
Yeah. So what's the real truth?
The real truth is everything and nothing. That's the point, because the same thing.
The real truth is oh, now I lost it. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Okay. I think the truth is like whatever, like one thing is and is not at the same time, and the is and is not is the everything. I think, no.
Yeah. Yes, because there cannot be everything without the nothing.
Exactly.
And then the everything is nothing.
We flow, guys.
And this is the stuff that they are not actually even opposites in that sense, because they have to emerge at the same time, because you cannot have just everything without nothing.
No. Exactly.
You cannot have nothing without everything, I guess. Not being and being is not. It's not a. It's they shake hands. What a wisdom! Oh my. Basically.
Late evening.
The yin and the yang, the light and the shadow, the duality. I mean, like, but in the end, there is no dual thing. It's all the same, you know. It's the same part of the whole truth is contained in these aspects that are a unit, actually. You I don't know.
Yeah, if you think about it,
I don't know. I don't know, but I do want to say not everything is the same, and not everything is equal, and not everything is one thing, and all those things. It's not truth. That's not truth. There's difference.
Yeah, there is difference. Depends how you, what section do you take? You know what I mean? If you depends of the fraction that you analyze, you know, and the components and variables that you take also. But
the wisdom,
everything that is there, so no one has the truth of anything, any kind, at any moment.
Yes, it is there, because the truth of everything is simplicity.
And what is simplicity?
Simple. 1 and 1 is 2. You know, for example, you know, like life is really complicated, but if you really look at it, it's really simple too. You know, it's just simple. You know, and
everything and nothing is complicated and simple at the same time. Everything and nothing. You see?
It is complicated to think simple. Try it. Try it. Just try it. Just go into the world. Go in life, and that is for all. That is for all people who are watching and stuff. Go in the world. Go live your life. Go in social worlds. Go in supermarkets, jobs, whatever, and think simple. Try it. I guess nobody will make it. Nobody makes it. They all think too difficult.
Mm-hmm. No, but this is like I think that this is a method to understand how things works, you know. But when you are talking about the truth, the first of all, what is the truth? The definition of the truth. O sea, ya es que is what is this? What is the truth? What we call truth maybe is not a truth. You know what I mean? Because it's just a definition of what we have made of. I don't
No,
know.
the truth is the reality in things.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
the
well,
reality in things.
that's also the fact is like we cannot know for sure if it's just the brains that are in a glass jar.
Mhm.
Because if good enough food, everything that you see can be nothing. It's not
How
real. You
how
cannot
do they
know
know?
you're brain in a vat. That's the philosophical stuff. That how can you tell that you're not brain in a vat? You basically cannot.
Huh.
I am
Because
not. I am meat. I am meat. I feel meat.
yeah,
I am meat.
yeah, but that's the problem because if you are just a brain, then you would think that you are meat, and then you can see this and everything. And well, that's something maybe for the everything and nothing, or even a separate thing, I guess.
I think we can talk another 2 hours about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
maybe.
So we start to flow, to
Yeah,
the
Yes.
yeah.
Basically.
So
So in a resume, what did we get from flowing? Flowing
What we
is
did
good
with the flow.
or not? Eh?
The flow is good, not the
No.
flow is not good. It's like with beer. If the beer flows, it's good. If it doesn't, it's not so good. No, it's not really that.
Do
I
you
just
flow?
want to say.
By the way,
it
people
is
flow,
like that.
Loran.
Beer has to free. What?
Yeah,
People
I was talking about beer.
beer
people
is
flow
good.
in
Not,
Holland.
it's not good.
People flow in Holland. Yes, people flow. Yep.
Okay. And what about Finland?
Yeah, sure. They flow here like mother huggers. No, I don't think. Depends. I think there's like self-put limitations too much. People might put them on themselves. They govern themselves too much for the favor of the powers to be and things like this. I think there is like I think there is a lot of like regulation, and this has been discussed. I don't think it's surprised. I think this is a promised land of all sorts of regulation and rules. And there's like too much rules in a sense. So basically, I think that can at worst. I think there is people who flow, and there is situation flow. I have experienced in this country with people, and sometimes things flow, sometimes not. But I think there is too much like regulation, bureaucracy, stuff like this,
So you
rules
feel
that
that you can flow or it's difficult to flow?
I think here, I think it eventually could come down to think actually to this that if you think that it's difficult to flow, it's going to be difficult to flow. But if you think you can flow, you can flow. Then what is the truth in it, or
So
reality is another thing.
in that sense, do you have to use a lot of creativity to flow, or do you use?
Well, I think that basically,
Yeah.
I think some it depends, but I don't know if things flow really. I think it's more like there is like it's a dangerous thing to say because then if you get kind of setbacks in things, then you start to feel it doesn't flow, and then it's not gonna flow. But I think I would say like yes and no. We're somewhere in the middle. Sometimes yes, but many times no. I think no flow. No go with flow, dude. Yeah.
And how
I don't
about
know.
in Spain?
Yeah.
We flow. We flow. We
Mhm.
flow too much, I think.
They flow that much that they are flying also.
Yes, exactly. We don't go with the gravity like normally. We flow upwards.
So basically,
Mm.
you are like levitating.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think
Like I said,
we are
like I
kind of
said,
Yeah, in Spain.
Like I said in the beginning, water can go upstairs or go high, and that's Spanish water.
So Spanish water. Okay, so basically, if I can summarize the whole thing, the Dutch are from space. The Spanish flow with water to the sky, and the Finnish are like kind of flowing somewhere in some cases, and many times not flowing. Is this like?
You go together with your geology, with your geography, lakes. The lakes doesn't flow.
They don't flow
that
so much.
much.
Yeah, maybe that's, we have rivers.
We need the lakes as well. It's good to have lakes.
Yes.
We need everything.
Yes. I need something to bite soon. I think that's the stuff. Well, and it seems we talk a lot about water. Water is important. It's the essence of flow, I guess, also the whole thing that doesn't never disappear in that sense. So I think, well, if you want to have more about this, you should watch the video. If you didn't watch it yet, you somehow ended up here late or whatever, you watch it, you can see what flows, what we talk about. I guess that's the stuff. So are we gonna thinking of wrapping this thing up now?
Yes.
I think so.
Maybe
people can subscribe, collaborate, like, and there's once upon a time, una española en Nederlander, de Suomipoika, want to thank you for all.
Thank you.
For all
Thank you.
that you have been here, right? And don't forget to subscribe again to our channel, because we need subscribers. So that will collaborate. If you cannot donate, but you can just put a comment or say something nice. And then I have my kid that is always gonna say something when I am gonna say something, and then I say bye, adios.
Adios.
Yeah,
See you
so
later.
Share, to share also, hey, and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for next streaming session, right?
Dankjewel. En heb een goede avond.
That the next streaming session is gonna be everything and nothing, right? That's the stuff.
Exactly.
So, nothing and everything.
And it's gonna be.
It will be the part 3, I think. It will be the part 3 of everything.
And by all purposes, I probably will stream from inside again, not from the core.
Hey, that went really good.
Adios.
Bye. See you in the future.
See you later, alligator. Bye-bye.
Adios.
To be or not to be is not really the question, huh?